Good evening, and welcome to Wines of the Times. I'm your host, Francois. Tonight our topic is the role of wine in a bad economy. Our subject tonight was suggested by our loyal listener, Kim Jameson of Bellevue, Tennessee. Thank you so much, Kim, for this inspiring topic. Well, lately, over the last few weeks, we've been seeing headlines like these, nearly daily. It's disturbing. The trends are alarming. There's no telling when it'll stop. But trying as these times are, and disturbing as they are, there's one sure way to deal with the stress of watching your 401k sink like the Titanic. And what should you do? You should do what the band did and play till the frigid end. And what, you might ask, is the best way to play? Well, I'll tell you. With a great bottle of wine, of course. Some years ago, a very dear friend of mine said to me, Francois, you know, life is too short to drink cheap wine. Now, I do agree that cheap wine can be annoying. It can also be wonderful. Take, for example, this 2006 Yellowtail Reserve Cabernet from Australia. It has a wonderful, refreshing bouquet of ripe berries and spice. It has a deep garnet color through its entirety. And on the mouth, it is soft, approachable, with just a hint of tannins. The flavors are juicy, jammy, and full of ripe, bright red fruit, and a hint of vanilla to mellow it on the finish. This wonderful bottle of wine is just $12.99, a bargain, especially for anyone going through a house foreclosure or vehicle repossession. And if you choose this wine, well, you can drink multiple bottles and you won't have to report anything to the IRS or the bankruptcy court. But if you're like me, and I know you are, you'll never settle for just any old bottle of wine. You'll want to drown your sorrows in something decadent and commit yourself to oblivion in only the best that wine can offer. Like me, I know you're drawn to depraved, hedonistic flights of wanton gluttony and would only settle for a wine that totally reflects your proper place in life's hierarchy. For that, you can only choose this 1981 Mouton Rothschild from Bordeaux. And at only $565 a bottle, it's the only way to truly celebrate your status as a desperate, McMansion-owning, unemployed, middle-class, decadence-loving American. Well, you know something? Heck, while you're at it, have two. I think I will. This has all the makings of a classic Bordeaux, a musty barnyard of a nose with nuances of mud and cow shit. The color is subdued, with a brownish background and rather clear edges, and tons of sediment in this bottle. I'm just amazed at how much sediment is in there. On the mouth, it has a bit of residual tannin structure that quickly fades away. The fruit is underlying and only appears well after you've committed this wine to your stomach. But when it does appear, it does so with nuances of mature dark fruits and dried boysenberries, and a little plum in there too. All in all, it's a very worthy bottle to drown away your sorrows. I remember when I was trekking in the Hindu Kush with my Nepalese guide, we came upon a group of goat herders and offered to share our wine with them. As the evening got longer and longer, and we drank multiple rounds of wine, the goat herders began dancing with their flock. It was the strangest sight I've ever seen. But what was even stranger, as they began to pass out, one by one, they curled up with a particular member of their flock and slept the night away. I've often wondered what all those bizarre noises were coming out from under the goat skins. But alas, I guess I'll never know. But the point is, goat herders don't worry about bad economic times. They just drink to excess and fall contentedly asleep. As should we. Well, that concludes tonight's episode. Please be sure and join us next week when we'll examine the effects of wine on the migrating habits of the African wildebeest. Don't miss it.